Ladies and gentlemen, my guest at this time, Tons of Funk. Now, Brodus Tensai, the WWE Universe wants to know, why did you attack the Primetime Players on SmackDown last Friday and again at Survivor Series, costing them the tag team titles? We did what we did last Sunday because we are main event players, and the tag team division has been pitiful in recent months. The Wyatt family, they gave us a challenge and they took our tag team titles from us. I'll give them credit. But the Primetime Players, they aren't main event players, and they took our spot. Hell, we didn't even get a rematch clause that we rightfully and contractually deserved. So the Primetime Players stole something from us. We were simply taking it back. The Primetime Players are a poor excuse for a tag team. They didn't even deserve a tag team title opportunity. We did. We had our rightful rematch clause, and for whatever reason, it wasn't given to us. But that's gonna change, because the next time we get an opportunity at those tag team titles, we are taking them back. Well, after what went down on Sunday, all I have to say is turnabout is indeed fair play. What's up, YouTube? This is Mathos97, and welcome back to another episode of everybody's favorite WWE 2K14 Universe Mode. This is episode number 58, and we're here with main events. That's right, following the Survivor Series pay-per-view, of course, and following Monday Night Raw, where we saw a brutal attack by the Shield on the game and the COO of the company, Triple H. But we go ahead and take a look here. We got Aksana versus Layla and Lita versus Summer Rae, of course, in the Divas Championship Tournament. We got a Fatal 4-Way, Big E, RVD, Zack Ryder, and Cesaro. And Damian Sandow has just picked up the victory over Fandango. But also, Lita defeated Summer Rae in the third match in the tournament. We're about to play the second one here. And I know, looking back on it now, I don't know why I simulated it, because I figured, oh, well, hey, we can only do 2 matches on main events, and I really want to play the Fatal 4-Way in the main event. I don't know what my thought process was, why I decided to simulate that match. I don't know. So before you can criticize me, I'm already criticizing myself. So I win. First, guys, I'm first. Anyway, so let's go ahead into this matchup, because as we know so far, Nikki Bella and Lita have advanced in the tournament. Now, this is the second matchup, so whoever wins this one, whether it be Aksana or Layla, they will go on to face Nikki Bella in the second round of the tournament. And I don't have a bracket set up yet, but once we get through the first round, because I don't want to spoil anything yet, once we get through the first round, I will show you guys a bracket, which will show all of the matchups. So, we've got, of course, we're going to have a matchup tomorrow on SmackDown. Well, not tomorrow. Friday on SmackDown. We're going to have a matchup there on Friday Night SmackDown, of course. So 2 days in terms of universe days, 2 days from now on SmackDown, there will be another matchup. And that will be the fourth and final one of the first round. And then on Monday Night Raw, or whether it'll be on main event, or whenever the first round or the first match in the second round is, you will get to see a neat little bracket and show exactly what is going on and who's who in the Divas Championship Tournament. But of course, we know Kaitlyn defeated AJ Lee at Survivor Series, so that is who these Divas are looking to face off with. Of course, Layla, she had a match with Kaitlyn the episode of SmackDown before Survivor Series, and she put up one hell of a fight. Although she did come out the loser of the match, but she did put up one hell of a fight against the Divas champion Kaitlyn. And anyway, Aksana, of course, she was at the Survivor Series pre-show. She competed in a tag team match, what was dubbed the Divas Survivor Series tag team match, as it was Aksana and Summer Rae taking on Natalya and Lita in an elimination tag team match. And Aksana was the sole survivor for her team, as Natalya was eliminated, then Summer Rae was eliminated, and then Aksana and Lita were left the final two. And of course, Aksana defeated Lita, which would probably make Aksana a favorite to win this tournament here. as, you know, she's going up against Layla. And Layla really, other than that last match on SmackDown against Caitlyn, I don't think Layla has competed in 2K14 Universe mode. Like I said, other than that match on SmackDown, I don't remember Layla. I don't remember Layla having a match in 2K14 Universe mode. She may have had one in WWE 13, but I'm not too sure. That's going to be really tough for me to try to remember if she had one in WWE 13 or not. But in terms of 2K14, I'm pretty sure that was her first match in 2K14, and that was against Caitlyn on SmackDown last Friday. So she could still be working with a little bit of ring rust, although she did put on a very good performance against Caitlyn on SmackDown. That could possibly just be, you know, maybe she could just be a one-hit wonder. We got to see if she can keep up with that performance and if she can defeat Aksana here tonight to advance and face Nikki Bella in the next round of the tournament. But speaking of divas who haven't competed much, Nikki Bella hasn't done all that much competing in the divas division either. So I'd have to say if Aksana could defeat Layla here, whoever wins this match, I would probably say is the favorite to win the second round matchup. But then again, I would have said AJ Lee was the favorite to beat Nikki Bella on Raw in the last episode, and well, look what happened. She didn't. She lost. AJ lost. So I don't know. Maybe Nikki Bella, maybe she could pull off a huge upset in this tournament, and maybe she could be the Divas champion by, you know, TLC. If she wins the whole tournament, maybe she could beat Caitlyn, become the new Divas champion. Wouldn't that be something? Wouldn't that be something? All right, anyway, let's go ahead back into the ring. We've got Layla. She's on the outside. She steps back into the ring here. And Aksana and Layla still going at it here in the ring. But, of course, later on, we know there is a fatal four-way between Zack Ryder, Cesaro, Rob Van Dam, and Big E, the four other superstars who competed in the United States Championship Battle Royal. Of course, we do know that Alberto Del Rio and Jack Swagger are going to face off in a one-on-one match for the U.S. title at TLC. So that spot's already been locked up, but still, this is an opportunity later on tonight for those four superstars to earn themselves a spot to potentially be the next challenger for the U.S. title following TLC. But wait a minute here, Aksana. Oh, this is the move that she used to put away Lita on Sunday, that arm drag off the top rope. Oh, but she's not done yet. Big roundhouse kick right to the side of the head of Layla. I'm going to say it right this time. That's Layla. That is not Lita. And now Aksana. Oh, she's calling for that devastating spine buster here. Layla, if she gets hit with this, it's all over. Spine buster from Aksana. That's it. Good night, Irene. Good night, Layla. That's the end of the match. Count to 100. It's over. Aksana has defeated Layla, and she will move on to the next round in the Divas #1 Contender Championship Tournament. She will go on to face Nikki Bella in the second round. And we know that Lita won earlier on tonight. She defeated Summer Rae, which means that whoever wins the match on SmackDown will also be facing Lita. And we got to think, you know, what Divas are left. That leaves Brie Bella. She has not competed. Maybe she'll compete. And that also leaves Natalya. And I don't think there's any other Divas. So you can pretty much assume that Brie Bella and Natalya are going to face off on SmackDown. So Lita, she's going to obviously be wanting to watch that match pretty closely. Same goes with Aksana. Same goes with Nikki Bella. They're going to have to keep an eye on that match. And I'm sure Nikki Bella was watching this one to know who her future challenger will be in the second round of the Divas Championship #1 Contenders Tournament. But Aksana, great victory here tonight for her, and we will see if she could be the next Divas Champion. But let's go ahead and now move on into our main event of the evening. This match, like I said earlier, featuring four superstars who did not, I repeat, did not. What am I saying? I don't even know what I'm saying. Four superstars that did compete in the United States Championship 6-Man Battle Royal. And although they did not win, and they won't be competing against TLC, they won't be competing at TLC for the U.S. title. Like I said, that is between Jack Swagger and Del Rio, the other two superstars who competed in the Battle Royal. But here tonight, it is Big E versus Cesaro versus RVD versus Zack Ryder. And this would be a huge victory. I mean, we saw that Big E did compete against Del Rio on Raw and lost. So that's obviously going to be a bit of a momentum killer for Big E Langston. But if he could bounce back and get a victory in this Fatal 4-Way, I mean, I got to say, whoever wins this Fatal 4-Way is probably going to be right behind Jack Swagger in terms of contendership in the United States Championship division. Or maybe behind Curtis Axel. It all depends on, he's got Paul Heyman in his corner. So that is always to be considered. But, if you don't count Curtis Axel, because, that's kind of unfair to count Axel due to him having Heyman backing him. But in terms of contendership, whoever wins this Fatal 4-Way would probably be the next favorite to be the next challenger for the U.S. title. Of course, that would put them right behind Jack Swagger in contendership. They'd be the number 2 contender in the U.S. title division. But here is Zack Ryder, the man, like I said, who I expected to be first eliminated in that Battle Royal, but he was not. He lasted longer than I'd expected. He outlasted 2 of the men in this matchup. He outlasted RVD and Cesaro. But of course, if we're talking about men who lasted the longest in the Battle Royal, that would go to Big E Langston, as Big E, he was in the final 2 with Del Rio. He was so close to becoming the champion, the United States champion, but he did not get the victory. Del Rio made him tap out to the cross arm breaker, but Big E still had a pretty impressive performance at Survivor Series. So now we got to see, like I said, this is a pretty open Battle Royal. This is a pretty open Fatal 4-Way. I considered Zack Ryder an underdog in the Battle Royal. I consider him an underdog in this Fatal 4-Way as well. But we got to look at superstars like Cesaro, like Big E, like RVD. Those are probably the 3 guys who have the best chance of winning this one. However, since it is indeed a Fatal 4-Way, anything could happen. Anything could happen. Like right here, RVD went for the cover, but there was a kick up by Zack Ryder. Because, at any point, if one of these superstars could hit a big finisher or just hit a big move in general, the other 2 opponents could be distracted. They could be too busy fighting each other, and you could easily sneak in to get a pinfall there. But of course, there's the other side of the coin, where if you hit a big move, you have to worry about the possibility of there being 2 other superstars that could break up your pinfall, which means you'd have to take them out, and that's even more difficult than a triple threat match, where in a triple threat, there's only 1 other guy you got to take out. But either way, this is not, you can't compete with a singles match mentality. You can't be thinking that this is a one-on-one match, because then you're not going to win, because you're going to have to worry about the other 2 superstars who haven't taken the damage. So anyway, as we go ahead and take a look here, wait a minute, my computer's dying. I got to pause, BRB. Man, my laptop was holding out on me. Anyway, let's go ahead and get back into the matchup here. Now that my laptop is charging and not dying. So let's go ahead and take a look now, back into the Fatal 4-Way here. As we can see, nice takedown. Oh, elbow drop there. And a big super kick from Rob Van Dam. Right to the face, right to the chin of Big E. Big E could be out cold here. Van Dam, Northern Light, okay, no, apparently throwing Cesaro stops the Northern Light suplex. Okay, never mind. And look at this. Big monkey flip there from Van Dam, taking down Big E Langston. And now Zack Ryder, he's got Cesaro over there in the corner. And now Van Dam, he's got Big E in one corner. And another monkey flip to Big E, taking him down. Putting him right in the center of the ring. That's a very good spot if you want to try to pin somebody. And Van Dam could be looking to capitalize. Oh, big slam, taking down Big E. And that usually sets up the split leg moonsault, which isn't in the game, so we're going to do a leg drop instead. Hey, 2K, put the split leg moonsault in the game. I'm sure it's going to be in the game, because if RVD is in the game, the split leg moonsault is going to be in the game. But RVD always set up for a little bit of rolling thunder right to Big E. And now Van Dam, he's going up to the top rope here. Could be feeling froggy frog splash. Frog splash, 5-star frog splash. Big E could be out of this one. Cesaro is distracted with Ryder. There's a cover. There's 2. And oh no. Cesaro just gets in there to break that up. And guess what? We got a case of split screen. How? Yay. So Big E is out of this contest. He's not going to win because he can't fight for himself anymore. Van Dam with a cover. Northern Lights suplex. And a kick out. And look at this powerbomb from Cesaro. There's a rope break, so Big E can't even get pinned yet. Because you see, he's just going to walk to the right and, just derp around. So, apologies for that. But basically, if anyone hits a big move on Big E, it's over. And that's kind of unfair. It's big uppercut. Springboard uppercut there from Cesaro. Van Dam going to the top rope. Doesn't even realize it. 2 count. And 3. Zack Ryder could not get there in time. Cesaro has pinned Big E and has won this Fatal 4-Way contest. So a big victory there for Cesaro. And I have to say, out of all these superstars, Cesaro probably needed that win the most, especially considering he was the very first man eliminated in that United States Championship Battle Royal. So this victory, hopefully a little bit of redemption for the man they call Cesaro. As you can see here, big uppercut, vicious uppercut right to the chin, the jaw of Big E, knocked him out cold, and that was it. That was all she wrote. Good night, Irene. Big E was done, and Cesaro is your winner. So Cesaro, his quest for the United States Championship continues. Hopefully, I mean, we know he won't have a match at TLC due to Jack Swagger facing Del Rio in his rematch, but maybe following that, Cesaro could possibly be the next in line for the United States Championship. But of course, at this point, that's a lot to assume because we've got a whole month yet until TLC, and then we've got a whole month until Royal Rumble. So anything could happen. As is always said, anything can happen in the WWE. So don't count out any of the other three superstars we just saw in that Fatal 4-Way contest. But Cesaro did walk out victorious here tonight, and that definitely is going to make Cesaro a threat in the U.S. title division. But, as always, I want to thank you all for watching this episode of WWE 2K14 Universe Mode. If you did enjoy, please be sure to let me know, and stay tuned for more. And as always, keep on YouTubing.